What's up, everyone? I thought I'd today go over Loose Lucy because, honestly, out of all their studio albums, I never really gave From the Mars Hotel a fair chance, but currently 74 is one of my favorite Dead years. It's almost like they're a jazz fusion band. Not to rant before we get into the whole... But in 74, like for example, when they play Eyes, and in 75, but they stopped at some point, the solo section, they will modulate down a minor third from the B minor that Jerry solos over. And then all of a sudden they'll go to G sharp minor, which is modulating down a third. It's kind of like a diminished scale, which reminds me of Django, which Jerry was a big fan of. So Loose Lucy, all the chords we have are E, can make that an E7. One important thing I can say is learn how to play your chords all over the neck. So I know I can play an E or an E7, dominant 7th. There are major 7ths, minor 7ths, and dominant 7ths. So in this song, it's bluesy, you want a dominant 7th. I like this shape, where you play your E chord, take this finger off, and add a pinky. That riff's right out of the E blues. So we have an E chord. It's like kind of, you can think of it like a 12-bar blues as your 1, 4, 5, E major, A major, and B major. And the only other chord, the fourth chord the song has, is an F sharp during the chorus, singing thank you for a real good time. And if you're wondering what equipment I'm using, I can't really nail a Jerry tone perfectly right now, but I've got a Gibson SG and a Fender Blues Junior 3. So that main riff, and there's variations on it, like they didn't play it for 16 years after 74. So if you look up Loose Lucy on YouTube, you'll see the whole video from 90, what is it? Is it 3/14/90? I forget what it is, but they play it again, and that riff is like the signature riff of the song. It's right out of E. But variations sometimes will be like 2. They do that in that version right before the solo. So, we start on the 5th of E, because the song's in E major, E7, some E blues. On the A string, you're gonna do this hammer-on pull-off from the B to the C sharp, which is your 5th and 6th of E major. It's really good to know these things. Then hit the E, so 2, 4, 2 on the A, hit your E octave, then pull off that 4-2, C sharp to B, slide into the major 3rd of E, G sharp. That's like, I always say it, and it's probably getting annoying by now, but Jerry plays like a jazz cat. Maybe the chord changes. And 74 and 75, like Blues for Allah especially, to me that's some of the jazziest it gets. Not to say later years. To be honest with you, I haven't listened to nearly as much 80s and 90s as I have 60s and 70s. But anyways, so that lick, I like to sometimes on my, if you have like a guitar that has humbuckers, I like to use the middle pickup. I'm almost always on the neck pickup, but the give you a good Jerry tone. E. Loose Lucy was my delight. So that hammer-on pull-off, slide into the 6th fret of the D string, which is the major 3rd, the G sharp. B to C sharp, hammer on, back that E, and then we have this 5, 4, 2 on the A string, and then the classic blues minor to major third, 3, 4 on low E, which is G to G sharp. No, but like for example in that 90s video, like you can play it up here too. That's a perk of guitar, is all you gotta do is take this, okay, it's at the 2nd fret, add 12 octave. So what I usually think about is by the time I get to the 12th fret, everything restarts. E, A, D, G, B, E, E, A, D, G, B, E, E. So I know I have to go to the 2nd fret, which is the 14th if you add 12. So that's the main part of the song. Loose, loose, is my delight. And like I said, add variations to it. So, like I said, learn E all over the neck. Same with all the chords. E, 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 E. See how you can, that's like more of a Bobby thing, but clearly Jerry knows how to do it too. But take a chord a day or whenever you're playing, say E, how many ways can I play this? There's so many. I can play like this, I can play like this. I have a video on the cage system on my YouTube, which might help. That gives you at least 5 possibilities of how you can play that chord. Loose, loose is my delight. And what I like doing there, in the 90s, that 90s when they played it again, Jerry does this. It's a standard blues, kind of like where you play an E power chord, open E, and then the 2nd fret, B. But he hits that E. And I like playing my E7 kind of like this and hammering on. So 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0. And then hammer on that 1 on the G string. That's the same thing as that, just an octave higher. Even though it's been used in jazz way before Hendrix used it. Sharp 9. This chord is 0, 7, 6, 7, 8. What's interesting about that is we have a root, an octave, major 3rd, 7th, but then we have this G in there, which you would think conflicts with the G sharp. Like listen to that, it doesn't sound good in that context, but it's a minor 2nd interval. Purple haze. But that's a chord you can replace with the E. Dominant chords are the chords you can replace with other chords way more easily than a major 7th or a minor 7th. So dominant chords, you can play it up here. Remember I said 12 frets? Or play it. Play this at 7th too if you want. Up an octave. I know I can play A7 here. And it's like a 12 bar here. B, either like 7th fret bar chord B, 7, 9, 9, 8, 7, 7, or skip the low E, 2, 4, 4. I guess you can dominant 7th that chord too, but I prefer to just play a major and do like this. You can add a 9th and 11th on there. Listen to the birds on the way, sing, say yeah. And they do this kind of descending thing a lot. In Tennessee Jet, they do it. It's a different kind of progression, but Mind Left Body Jam is, Jerry was in the studio with Paul Kantner from Jefferson Airplane a lot, and they kind of had this progression. But anyways, how I like to play this part is the fifth is descending. So I play like an E power chord. So it's going from the bottom string, low E, octave of E, the 7th fret, 2 nines, and then those last 2 strings are open. And you'll see if you descend the 5th, which is a B, B, B flat, A, G sharp, it gets back to E, the 3rd of E. So move that D string down. Said hey, 0, 7, 8, 9, then 0. I kind of move my fingers like this, if you can see. Middle finger kind of switches there. So you can get this E chord. 0, 7, 4, 7, 0, 0. She come running and we go all night. This is going down, but you're keeping the rest of the notes the same. Now, I'm not going to say that's exactly what either Bobby or Jerry played, but that is the concept of that, is the 5th is going down, like in Tennessee Jet or other songs. Singing thank you. That's when the F sharp comes in. Singing thank you, F sharp. And have fun with that. So, thank you to the beat, F sharp to the beat. Thank you for a real good time. Singing thank you for a real good time. The hardest part about the song is timing that riff at those points, going back into the. I actually had someone who donated and wanted me to do the 90s solo when they first played it after 16 years. Yeah, 16 years. And it's almost done. But I accidentally started that riff on the wrong beat. So that riff is the hardest part of the song. So remember. It's really good to know what notes, why these notes work, and not just learn how to play it. 5th, 6th, octave for root, major 3rd, and that's what makes the dominant 7th. There's a D there. Loose Lucy is my delight. Major key and E, even though the blues is dominant. In my opinion, the E7 and the A7 sound best in this. You can make the B a dominant chord, but I prefer not to. So remember, in every major key, the 1, 4, and 5 chord are major. So in E, F sharp, G sharp, and then the 4 chords, A, major, and then B. So the 1, 4, and 5 are major. I got drunk coming home last night. What's interesting about that riff is when it goes to A, they go right to the note instead of. So make sure when you're doing the. You don't always go with the E, because sometimes it goes playing chords all over. B, play it like that, play it like that. You can play it up here, play like that. Just pick a chord and try to see how many different ways you can play it. Say a major, any triad. 2 notes are not a chord, they're an interval. This is not a chord. You need 3 notes for it to theoretically be a chord. And, you know, some people, it's been years, but some people think that I've come across people like this that sometimes, like, yeah, focusing a lot on theory is like, seems to be the opposite of what that are about. Jamming and improvising. I can't even say it. Improvisation. There we go. But anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is the whole point is when you're sitting down practicing, and you shouldn't even consider it practicing, just playing, you think real hard so that way when you do play live, it all is like subconscious at that point. It's like tying your shoe. Once you learn how to do that, you don't like have to think about what you're doing, you just do it. So when you practice, think a lot. Like E, my E chord. What notes do I have in it? The root, the 3rd, and the 5th. E, G sharp, and B. And then just figure out, look up, there's one on my Google Drive, but just the fretboard, the notes on the fretboard, or figure them out yourself. Be able to go E, F, F sharp, G. The biggest thing to remember is that B and C, there's only a half step between them. It's the same with E and F. Like if you look at a piano, those are the only keys that the 2 white keys are together, not separated by the black keys. Top 2, it's like Robert Johnson-y, old ragtime blues. Going back from an A to an E, it's always cool to do that. Whether you bend into G to G sharp, it's that minor to major 3rd thing. Jerry uses it all the time. Chromaticism, that kind of stuff. I got jumped on last night. Octave higher. That's one pro about like it. One thing I do have been wanting to say, and I may have mentioned it in one of these videos, is that one thing I've noticed with guitar players is think about your singing, you're playing horns, you have to breathe like conversation. Music is conversation between band members. On guitar, you don't have to breathe. If I'm singing, I literally have to stop to take a breath. On guitar, it's really easy to get carried away just... But like Miles Davis, you know, there's a quote from him, and any of the greats will tell you, whether they be jazz greats or whatever, the silence in the music and the notes that you don't play are just as important as the notes you do play. Because that's what gives them... You know, you need space. And then goes to B, that last time. It's kind of like a 12 bar where it goes down there. I'm playing the A. You could just play an A. For all these chords, just E, A. And if you play your A like this, I strongly recommend getting used to playing it like that. Lots of people play it like this, but I just think this helps a lot. And then the chorus singing, thank you. Always try, like, so if I have the F sharp, 4th fret of the D, 3rd fret of the G, and 2nd fret of the B string. Hit 4 and 4 barred on the G and B, and then 4 and 4, then 2 and 2, but hammer on that. That's the same major to minor thing. Singing thank you for a real good time. See, that's that's what even throws me off, is coming back in that riff singing, thank you for a real good time. And then add your own variations like we talked about. My favorite is right before the solo in that 90 version is just double the... I just don't know when to stop. If anyone's commenting, my phone's the other way because I want the guitar. Someone said something about the guitar being reversed, so hopefully this could not even be recording right now. I don't know. Hopefully this is turning out good. But last thing I guess I'll say is, well, the whole song is that though. There's if you're wondering what I'm looking at, here, now I can grab my phone. I am looking at the, this book. I also really want to get Dead Bass, if you guys have heard of that book, but, it's cool. There's heady quotes on the back. Look how heady Phil is. Through all the years of playing and singing these songs, I could always find illuminating insights on the annotated website. Now to all who hunger for knowledge, those nuggets of accumulated wisdom are available in this eagerly awaited new book. So yeah, I highly recommend getting a copy of this. It has all their original songs and a good amount of their covers, but you know they covered so much. So let me just talk about a couple more things. Whoops, why'd I do that? Here, let's do this. Let's get an opinion. This is what I'm talking about. If the camera is facing me, I think it comes up reverse for you guys. So is this not as good? If anyone's tuning in, tell me if it's better if the camera is faced the other way like it was the rest of the video. I love that riff. Here's another good practice. Take that riff. And the easiest one to go play it somewhere else is go up 12 frets, like I said. So 2 plus 12, 14. Same exact fingering. But try to figure it out somewhere that's harder. So let's do it here. I haven't done it yet. That one's a little hard because you gotta go down, but... So, do you think it's better, Kawiki, for the camera to be the other way around? Because I'm actually just gonna do that. I feel like it is better. It's just hard because sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not in the shot or something, but... So, I don't know, I haven't done a long lesson in a while, and I'm kind of going a lot past Lucy, but I just really want to, everybody I've talked to from this group and from Dedicated is either comes from just starting to play, or like maybe this whole video you're like, duh, I knew that, but I've been working on that. I should have a lesson on China Doll soon. It's one of those songs, that I didn't like the first time I heard it, of course, on the same record, and now I love it. Pistols shine at 5 o'clock. I've mentioned this in my video, but the cool thing about diminished chords, okay, we're getting way off Lucy, but is that if you have a diminished chord, say, let's start on the first fret of the D string, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you move it up minor thirds, which is 3 frets. Those are all the same chords. The M's right back. They're just the notes arranged differently. So the diminished scale is just all minor thirds. Slipknot. I have a lesson on that. Check it out. But there's things like this. But really, I post post tabs, but I also post them with the sheet music because I really want you guys. I also go to jazz school in Detroit, so it's like, but I teach guitar lessons, you know, for people in this group. I do Skype lessons, I offer that, and I'll do requests. I just have so much that I want to learn, but tabs are good and all, but it's, I'd recommend you guys all download. I use Guitar Pro to transcribe everything. Here, let's go take a look. Actually, this video is overly long, but now that it's at this point, oh well, right? Okay, so thanks for tuning in, guys. I just want to kind of show you how I transcribe. I use my house. I use Audacity, and I try not to slow down the file if I don't have to. Sometimes 10 to 20%. But here, so let's do this. Is it here somewhere? I forgot my hard drive. But as I said, especially that progression. I guess the biggest thing in Loosey Loosey look out for is that, whoops, almost slipped that descending part in it. I'm not sure if I have that part completely right. I haven't listened to the song enough, but I felt like I had most of it down to do this lesson. But I really want to kind of give you guys, I'll do a whole separate video, but a glimpse on how I learned these solos by ear. Listen to the curse, I'll tell you. My overthinking has caused me a lot of trouble, but it's also why I can transcribe Jerry pretty much note for note. And I encourage you to all do the same. Audacity is free software. Well, we were talking about Guitar Pro too. I finally paid for it because I torrented it and I was getting French error messages. But here, so let's look at my computer. Oh, I literally just grabbed my guitar upstairs and the thing I went up there for is already down here. Would you look at that? Okay, so what I do is I just plug my hard drive in, but if you download Audacity, for example, it's free. Here, let's do that real quick. My computer's just fucked, but it's worth all the music I've, totally paid for. Okay, let's see, donations and requests, Loosey. So, this one is what I was trying to tell you guys. I started it on the wrong beat, so it starts on the third beat instead of the first. That's why the main riff is that, and the descending part is one of the hardest parts of the song. So what I do is open Audacity, download an MP3 of what I want to learn, and then cut out that part on Audacity. Let me know if you guys want to see that. If you don't, I can stop the video, but I just, before I'm done, want to get this Loosey up here. My good friend Jamie Buuuuut, I think you pronounce it, donated for that. And I also did, for him, Going Down the Road, that one's done, 426.73. Why did I put 73? It's the Europe tour. Silly me, 426.72. Okay, so, but if you don't have Guitar Pro, I don't upload the Guitar Pro files to my drive, but you guys can download Tux Guitar, Tux Guitar, or Power Tab, which are free. They're not as nice as this, but they can load these files and do pretty much the same thing. But here's this. At 80% speed. See that variation? This is the live 90s thing. I don't know if I got this next part right, but basically, there's that. What else I got in here? I really like this Going Down the Road is my favorite, but here, let's open Audacity up so I can give you guys an idea. Thanks for whoever's still tuning in. Someone say what up. Now I can actually kind of look at the comments, but while that's loading, let me know if you have any questions about Loosey Loosey. I'm really not trying to do this to get money or anything. I'm honestly just trying to spread the love. I know it sounds so cheesy, but like if people donate, that's cool. I would love to just transcribe that for a living, but did I not put my oh, there's the pick. So, but it's fun to kind of do your own sets. Like I just now realized going down the road could go into Loose Lucy because it's an E. It doesn't have to necessarily be the same key, but so there's a lesson on this too. Check out Dedicated Jams with an A, space in between. I linked it. This is 42672 going down the road, that first solo. And I try to put the chords in there, a lot of times drums and everything. And I'll label them usually. E, C sharp minor, E. So actually you could like do a transition with Loose Lucian. But this is just an example. This is a good way to analyze the dead. You can see right here, the D. They do a D there sometimes going down the road, and Jerry follows by playing a D note. Remember the 12th fret is an octave up, so... Well, before we're done, we're way off track, but I think we need a little longer of a video. I don't have the lyrics perfect to Loose Lucy, but remember. And that we talked about. Loose Lucy is my delight. And once again, if you're new, just use E major, and then you can take your finger off. I like to add the both sevens, this D and this D. She gon' run, sorry, I skipped the part. Take my, get me on the ground. B. Or you could do, so look at this. The least important notes when you're playing guitar with a band, not solo a lot of the time, is you can leave the root. Those are the least colorful tones out. Your thirds, your sevens, your nines, 11s, 13s. So we could kind of like... or be up here. I played it right every single time, I just couldn't get that G sharp. But pay attention to those things. I know I keep stressing it, but know what note you're playing, not just 2, 4, 2, 2. This is out of an E chord, 5th, 6th, 5th octave, into the major third, major third again. E again, so E twice, she can run and fall over. A, round, so make sure you, like I said, round, 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 go to the A. Don't take much to get me on the ground. I like these bar chords because if you play the top of them, you can get the 9th, the 11th. So that's just, these bar chords are like right in order of how chords form. So B, B, or let's take for example, let's do C. That's just easier. C, E, G. And then C octave. And then a 9th. All 9th is the second note of the scale an octave up. So second note of C, D. So we're going to play that D an octave up. All an 11th is a 4th, and so on up. And then add your middle finger. finger there, and then switch these two fingers. So it's like 0, 7, 7, 9. Then it goes right back to the E major. Singing, thank you. You could go to that F sharp, but remember we talked about chords. Thank you, or thank you, thank you. I like this one when I'm playing alone. For a real good time. See, it's tricky. Like even there, like that part especially, singing thank you. Time that. 1, 2, 3, 4. For real good. And when Jerry solos, that's a song, any dominant song, you can switch from your minor pentatonic, 12th fret, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, or go down 3 frets to E major pentatonic, since it's dominant is ambiguous. Like I said, those are the chords you can do the most with, so check it out. Minor over dominant. Or you can mix them into one lick. Singing thank you. But what I was getting at is Jerry really only solos over like the E, A. He doesn't really solo over. Well, actually, I can't remember. Obviously, they did so many, but he doesn't always solo over it. And at the end of the song, studio version repeat, singing thank you. So remember, all it is a fifth moving down. It goes like this. E power chord, all strings open. Singing thank you. What I do recommend, if you play the F sharp as this shape, the first thing you should do if you don't know much about chords, major minor shapes. So there's this major shape of a C, for example. 10 from the D to E, high E. 10, 9, 8, 8. And then also know that you can play the one here. But how do you make those minor? Here, you just 10, 8, 8, or 10, 8, 8, 8. Here, 3, 5, 5, 4. But there's endless ideas like going down the road, feeling bad. So they do that sometimes. What I was trying to say is Jerry will hit a D, so they obviously end that plan. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Every time I go from E to A, I love to do a little either hammer-on or going down. Ain't gonna be treated this way. Just imagine that. It's cool stuff. My phone's a little wonky, but so these are the chords I'd recommend. E7. So 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. Free tabs, I love that. Isn't it just perfect? Free guitar tablature, and of course I'm not referring to any illicit substances, especially the Grateful Dead. Like nobody, they know that like things like tabs are just, they fry your brain forever. They do that in Tennessee Jet too. Jerry does it lower. I think this is more like Bobby's part, but singing thank you. Remember? Cool soloing techniques to practice. The F sharp, singing thank you. on the G and the B, 3 and 2, 4 and 4, 6 and 6, 5 and 6, gets you up to A. We go all the way to B. Singing thank you. For a real good time. But learn how to play that riff all over, so that's definitely the easiest way to play though. Or let's play an octave higher. So I haven't done this yet, I'm just trying to give you an example of how to practice. I don't even consider it practice, I consider it playing and having a good time. Like I have a job I've been working 6 days a week at, but to me this is the real work because it's the most, I can give a lot more through this than I can delivering packages for Amazon. I skipped one there, but so yeah. Biggest thing to know is just, we talked about the cage system. So all our open chords, E major, A major, C major, D major. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are 5 ways you can play every chord as long as you move it up. So if I want to make this E a G, how far away is E from G? You just got to know that E and F have a half step between them, and so do B and C. So check this out. I'll take a piece of paper out. This is what I would do. Also, I have one on my Google Drive. Just go to my page and you'll see it. So let's just write all the notes out. So what do we have? A sharp / B flat. And yes, there is such thing as E sharp and B sharp. Obviously, they're just F and C. I don't know if I said that right, but sometimes the music calls for that. Like, think of the scale. Every scale, major, minor, are the diatonic scales. They have 7 notes. Pentatonic scales, 5 notes. They leave 2 out. So C sharp, diatonic scale. Think about it. It's got to have every sharp. So C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp. Even though it's really a C, we can't have C and C sharp in the same scale. They just doesn't work like that. I don't know if that made sense. So A sharp, B, A, B, C, C sharp. Here. I think this will help at least one person. I'll be happy. I don't know why that light went on or how to turn it off, but actually I like it. So C sharp, D flat, C, D, E. This is what I'm trying to say. This E and F and A sharp, B, C. Just do stuff like this. It helps so much, even if you're not literally playing your guitar. So F sharp, B, F sharp, G flat. Where did I screw up? A, B, C, D, E, F. I definitely messed this up. Hold on 1 second. So, this is what I'm getting at though. Know your neck. Let's take the A string. A sharp, B, C sharp, or D flat. Oh, that's where I messed up. Okay, forget that thing I wrote. I forgot to put D on there. Little too much weed. Just kidding, I totally don't smoke weed. Amazon, better not check this video out. Okay, but, okay, so, be able to play your E major scale, at least. So, all over the neck. I start with this one. This song enables you to use both major and minor. Unlike songs that are generally major and minor, it's dominant blues, so you can either do E major or E minor. One thing Jerry said, I mention a lot of the same things in the same videos, but it's because I know I get new viewers a lot. But Jerry, when he's soloing, he thinks of the melody of the song in his head a lot, and he's so conscious. Take Mississippi half step. So. On the day when I write, hello babe, but this part, the solo section, there's a lesson on that too. He goes to F, but he follows right here. These are weird chord changes. B7, E7. See, that's another descending thing they do, but they do it on the root instead of the fifth. Back to the D, G turnaround. That's called a 2-5-1, even though that's not minor. So I hope that helps. Anybody here still, or should I end the video? Somebody type something, somebody tell me anything they want to know, talk about a song maybe. Anybody? Last thing then, I guess. 9 people, somebody's got to say something. Let's go up an octave of the E scale. This is a good one because you use your pinky. If you're looking at a tab and it's the lowest, the highest part of a part is 7th fret, lowest is 4th, use all your fingers. You have the perfect amount of fingers. That's even a great exercise. That's how I like to practice speed. Just go chromatic. I don't listen to Guns N' Roses really anymore, but Slash one time did that. I mean, it's like the most obvious exercise, but do it with scales, or switching scales, like Eyes of the World. Make it so you can hear the chord changes of the song, even if they're not playing. I've done a video on John Mayer licks on Ramble on Rose. Chord. Then you can hear E. He bends. Then G. Arpeggios. That's my favorite lick. A7. I never get it right. I guess I'm saying all you that just play pentatonic, that's great. But also realize that if a song's in a blues like Lucy Lucy, so I can play E pentatonic. Just find the, or down here. Such an easy formula. 3 frets, 2 frets, 2 frets, 2 frets away, 3 frets, 3 frets. Move that 3 steps down, that's all use your major pentatonic. But obviously you want to start on the E string. So this is E major pentatonic. It's basically C sharp minor pentatonic, or D flat. So minor, major. What sounds really good in major, so we had that pentatonic. When you start reaching out the pentatonic, so this E major pentatonic, go up 1 fret. What note is this? E, remember? 12th fret, E, E. This is our second. Bending into the major third. Remember I said, the root and the fifth are the least colorful. It always works to land on them. There's one lick John does that's so Jerry-esque, it's just crazy. He goes like... something like that. So... I just don't want to go today. Loose Lucy is my delight. See all these E's? She gonna A7. So you're barring every string from the second fret and then just don't take much, run around. Sorry, my friend just joined, now I'm nervous. Cross my heart, I was just hanging out with the other guy, said yeah, 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 singing thank you. There's so many ideas. I wanted to make this just a theory lesson too. Let's see what we have on here. Somebody say something. Give me a song to play or any questions. Somebody has something. Come on now. Music never stops. So songs that are really easy to, like, you know, when they seize from one song right into another, especially easy if they're in the same key. So think about this. E. Even though it's an E7 for Loose Lucy, Eyes is an E. Going down the road feeling bad is an E. I think Jack Straw is an E. There's so many in E. E is a great blues key. I think every song on LA Woman by the Doors is an E. Or Jack Her Up. That's an A minor. I just been really into Rosalie McFall, even though it's not original. But here, I guess the last thing I'll show you. I've been working on, when I first started transcribing, the very first thing I did was after I saw Dead & Co. in 15 or something at DTE in Michigan, and where is this? Whoa, where did I put it? There we go. And, yeah, I'll be at the Chicago shows 14th and the 15th, but you could even go to Music Never Stops. What's cool about that is Jerry's little, he doesn't play that, no, but he does it. This is in the key A to the 4 chord, but then the C is like, and later on this Music Never Stops, they modulate. There's a lesson on this too. But I was working on, here you can see, the first thing I ever transcribed years ago by ear was this Music Never Stops. But what I did is I did it in a Word file, which I hate. You can't see how long the notes are supposed to be. I converted it to PDF, it makes it a little better, but it sounds like this. For example, this one was actually a little hard because I wanted to get it perfect, so see how I have Audacity open? What I'll do is, let's just open any song. So, this PC, well here, we have all this Grateful Dead stuff, I don't know, I didn't just click on one of those, whatever. So, Grateful Dead, let's take Cornell, let's just, Brown-Eyed Woman. So say, Audacity is free software, it's going to import it for you, it's really easy to find an MP3, if you can't find it by Googling it, just YouTube download it, even though the quality won't be the best. So what I'm going to do now is find the solo. So I found it actually really perfectly. So then I delete this. Whoops. I don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even know what I just did. Okay, so where was it? Okay, so see how there's a line moving? I encourage you to start trying. So I'm going to stop right where that was about and delete the rest. and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can really, and preferably I just get OCD after the solo. I'm going to stop, I'm going to delete the rest too, just so you know how much you're working with. So where was it? We'll just say it's right here. So then just delete all that. I'm telling you, try it out, work your ear out, use Audacity, and then you go to Effect, not change speed, because changing speed changes the pitch. You want to change tempo. So I recommend, and there's no shame in changing the tempo, it really lets you get it note for note. I'd say all my stuff I'm really confident is accurate. There's different ways to play different licks. I might not be always right on that, but if there's no video to look at, it's almost impossible to tell. So I slowed it down 20%. And then I'll just stop whatever lick I'm on. So if I was learning this right now, which I never have, I hear him go to like a, whoops. He goes right into a, so you can even use that song, Bionic Woman is E major. I guess I'm just trying to encourage creativity. If you're just with your guitar, obviously Jerry didn't like to play alone. There's that one early and late show where he had John Conn come next day or whatever. I could be wrong, but here's the last thing I'll show you. I recommend buying Guitar Pro. If you guys start doing it or downloading Power Tab or Tux Guitar, I'd say Tux Guitar is, like, if you're going to go for one of them, go for that one. It's free. But so, this is 51377. One of the first tunes that really got me into that. I really want to finish it. But what I was saying is, I did it all. This is how most of the tabs you see are. How am I supposed to know the length of these notes? I mean, yeah, you can space them with a little more, but you never know unless... I have seen tabs that will say, this means 8th note, blah, 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 but it's still not as good as... I try to upload PDFs of these for you guys, so... One more recap. I'm just, I haven't made a video in a while, so I just want to try to spread as much info as I can, so... Back to what the video is supposed to be about. Loose, loose is my life. She comes that sharp 9, and we ball all night. So the third time, A. Don't take much, get me off the ground. That one, so it's 2 E's. Twice, and then B. I guess I like keeping the B major because it makes that one sound 0, 2, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, and the N repeats it. Yeah, just lower that 5th on the D string, whatever fingering. You'll eventually get back to this 0, 7, 4, 9, 0, 0, which is an E. So E with a sharp 5th here, lower it again, and then it hits a major 3rd of E. Sing thank you. That's what I was trying to explain, though. Some fun things to do are do those little G, B, skip the B string, G and E. 3, G, 2, E, 4, G, 4, E, 4, or 6, 6. Actually, wait. I guess that one's tricky because the F sharp is not in the key of E major. It's usually F sharp minor, which is what makes it so powerful though. Thank you for a real good time. I got drunk coming home last night. Shadow in the outside all my life. Round and round and round and round. A7 or just A. Don't take much to get me off the ground. E. We'll forget about that riff. B. A. Or 7, E. But yeah, usually start. Thank you. So yeah, usually this should be an F sharp minor, E, F sharp minor, in the key of E. But we're in also E dominant, so. But listen to how different it would sound. Yeah. Singing thank you. No, singing thank you for a real good time. Now, someone explain to me why they didn't play this for 16 years. So good. So is Chinatown. Obviously they played that, but D minor and F major 7. B diminished. This one's a little tricky. 2 ways to play it. Or a few. You could play. But 2 on the A string, B. Oh, whoops. It's 2, 3, 1, 3 from the A to B. Tell me what you've done it for. That's just a D minor. Before F. Let's see, I don't play the bass note. I can hit it with my thumb, but usually if you're playing solo, if I'm playing solo, I will. But if you have a band, the bassist's job is to kind of cover that area. Only what I have. So the diminished thing I was talking about, this is technically B diminished, but it's also D diminished, F diminished, A flat, or G sharp diminished, B diminished. So there's 4, they're just organizing the notes differently, but it definitely sounds best with the B root because you're coming right from. I like adding octaves. Tell me what you've done it for. No, I won't ask. C. And then the very last time they go to A minor, A7, then that beautiful outro. Take up your Chinatown. It's A, so D to A. It's only G. It's only G. Don't be afraid. Da, 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 da. So it's G to D. Pretty easy song. It goes. What is it? There you go. La, 3, high E, 2, 0, 3. 3, 0 on the B, 2, 0, 2. That's the vocal melody, and they just of course, they always go into loose. Okay, I think that's enough. I really hope that helps some of you. I know it was all over video, but I've been working crazy hours, haven't had a chance to make them, so here's your last chance. If anybody's there watching, if anyone wants to come on camera and say what up, give me, one of you two people, give me a recommendation, or I'll leave in 7.348 repeating seconds. So yeah, final recap for the 18th time. E, A, B, and loosey. It's fun to make the E dominant and the A dominant. Keep the B major, or do whatever you want. A, so E, A, B if you're a beginner. And then thank you. If you don't know how to play a major bar chord, you bar the whole second fret for the F sharp, and then play like a power chord. Act like you're just gonna do 2, 4, 4, 3. That's the major third. And then practice. You can play that bar chord for any note. So let's pick a random note. A flat. So where is that? I'm at F sharp. A is here. G sharp, A flat. Same exact chord. Make it minor. Take that off. Middle finger. Major, minor. Major, minor. F major, F minor. F sharp major, F sharp minor. That's the cool thing about guitar. It's transposing. You only have to go up one fret. Idea for soloing. It's out of the pentatonic box. It's right below it. Bend with your ring on the 12th fret of the G string. Those are John Mayer licks. I'm just going to teach you that one, and then I guess I'll go away. Nobody's talking. There were a few people, but I've been on so long that, oh well. Okay. So, let's go over soloing ideas. If you're soloing over it, look up Loose Lucy on YouTube and that version from '90. I'm not even a big 90s fan. So like, he does this. That blues shuffle. You can use your ring. I like to use my pinky. And then hit that E. That's one of the first licks he plays, something along the lines of that. See, he's mixing major and minor. He knows that's an E, because here's an E, part of it. Move it up 12 frets, and do that minor major thing we talked about. Well, much love for all of you. Please message me if you have any questions. I don't care about money. If you want a solo transcribed, message me and you want to throw. We'll talk prices and times. But don't find me IRS. I'm just joking. They're just donations. But seriously, I just have so much I want to do too. Not much time off work. But if you guys want to learn stuff, please let me know. Even throwing a few bucks helps. I can work less days at my job and transcribe whatever Grateful Dead you want. I just learned the other day, and I'm pretty sure Bobby does that on trucking. Same thing. There you go, another song, E. How many have we named now? Popular blues key. You will always hear that minor, major third in the blues. Octave, 2nd fret, D string. 5/4 to D, C sharp, D, walk down. That D is what makes it like E Mixolydian, which is E major with a flat in 7th. The easiest way to play a Mixolydian scale is 12, 14, 16. I would use these 3 fingers. 12, 14, 16 on all 3 strings. If you want to know the rest, then you just go 13, 14, 16, 14, 16. And you know whatever you play on this string, you're going to play on the top string. They're both E strings. You just got to remember basics like that. Octave starts over here. I have an E chord, but I want to spice it up. I know it can be dominant. Or you can just take that, go up 12 frets. So let's look. 2. That's easy. Goes to 14. And you can leave those strings open, leave even, or bar them. But Jerry really loved Django. If you never listened to Django, check out Minor Swing. It's like gypsy jazz. So Jerry gets those diminished ideas, the Slipknot. Well, maybe he doesn't get the ideas from Django, but here's a cool way to play that part of Slipknot. It's just a sequence, like Jerry always does. 12, 15, so that's our 4th fret gap. Remember I said if you have 4th fret gap, try to always make your pinky hit that 4th fret. I'm not really going to name every note because there's a lesson on this too, but it goes to show you. Let me just demonstrate. So let's see the notes in here. D, F, okay. D, F, G sharp, B. So let's play that chord. Let's play a D diminished. Okay. Move it up 3 frets. Or let's look at the notes in that. I was gonna say D, G sharp, B, F. Same notes. Move it up 3 frets. F, B, D, G sharp. Same notes, different order. Move it up 3 frets. G sharp, A, or I'm sorry, G sharp, D, F, and the B. So when I play diminished chords like deal, since it costs a lot to win, even more to lose, I do. Makes it spicier. He definitely does a D sharp, or D sharp or E flat diminished, but it's the same as all of these. You can replace them all Once you do it 4 times, you land back at the start. And that's why a diminished scale, if you just go up 3 frets, keep going, that's a diminished scale. Or diminished arpeggio, almost. There's whole half diminished and half whole diminished. Okay. Any questions? Now I'm at the point where I'm not leaving if there's no questions. Okay, so a cool thing with the diminish, since nobody has any questions. Eyes of the World in 74 and 75. Jerry usually takes the first 2 solos over E major 7, B minor. I like adding in the A minor, and then Phil just jams over the E. All Phil's jams are like that, and then when you get back to Jerry, they even have a riff I haven't learned yet. And then eventually, that diminished thing moved down 3 frets. But let's do it the other way. It makes it easier to see. The 4th time you come back home. They don't do that on that particular version. Well, I'm thinking of Dick's Picks 31. That's my favorite Eyes. Forgot what date it is, but B minor, D minor, F minor, G sharp minor, and that leads back to B minor. Practice, take a scale, like I'm taking B minor, so you know your B minor pentatonic. Eyes of the World, solo section, E major, we talked about that. Even just practice that. There's great backing tracks on YouTube, and you can slow them down. B minor. Only 1 note changes from E major to B Dorian. This note. That. That D. Because think about it. That's almost like the running does going down the throat, feeling bad. Ain't gonna be dreaming this away. So practice scales. I don't really like metronomes either. Play them by yourself or just go. The weird thing about diatonic scales, major minor scales, is you have to play the root twice, which is why they came up with the bebop scale. So it has 8 notes, and you always are landing on the root. So what if we did? See how it works perfectly? What if I go? I have to keep repeating that. That's a great shape to learn first, though. Bobby loves this E. Bobby would be playing, this is the C shape of the cage system. And on E specifically, usually you don't play this string, but you can play it because it's an E one. But let's forget about that. So think of our C chord. Let's move it to E. So we moved all these notes to E, but now we got the open strings, the zeros that need to be moved up. How much do we move? C, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frets. So I got a bar, the 4th fret. Really only from the G string to the E string. There's a lot of possibilities. You can add extensions. Alright, well, I hope that all makes sense. Message me if you don't get it. Really work on that, just that main riff. find maybe a metronome, or what I would do is turn the Loose Lucy on. You can't do it on Spotify as far as I know. Go to YouTube, 0.5 speed it, or 0.75 speed it. 'Cause it's fast. And know what you're doing again. What did I say that was? For those of you watching later on. Think of it. B. E. F, G, A, B. Well, F sharp, G sharp, but. It's almost like US blues. I really am getting into From the Mars Hotel, and that was one of the albums I didn't dig as much, but now, so good. I'm still getting into Money Money. To me, that's the weakest song on the track, but there's like a bridge in there that makes it worth it. Okay. Last time. E. Let's just do it the most basic way. So the riff. We're not even going to play that for the beginners. Play that even slowly. Or play it twice. E. Remember, it's almost the same as that bar chord. We just like to use these fingers because this makes it easier to add extensions. This sounds cool too. Change it to an A7 in the middle. All I did is took off that. Or if you're playing like this, take off your middle. But I recommend the other way. E. Take much to get me off the ground. I'm ready. I say yeah. Last time. I forget if it's just 2, maybe 4, yeah, or 3. Thank you for a real good time. And then of course you gotta hit the harmonics. You guys have a beautiful day.